Hello, and Ola from Madrid, Spain. Thank you for joining us to learn more about St. Louis University's Madrid campus, also known as
SLU-Madrid.
That's what we call it here. My name is Heidi Buffington, and I'm the Director of Admissions, and I have two students with me. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hello, my name is Mackenzie. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am a soon-to-be graduating senior here, and I transferred in as a sophomore. I also study communications with a minor in Spanish.
Hi, my name is Christian. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, an island in the Caribbean. I'm also a senior that's graduating in May, and I'm studying international relations and economics here.
Great. And I'm originally from Erie, Pennsylvania. Came to Spain a number of years ago, studied abroad in Córdoba, and I lived with a host family, learned to dance flamenco, and fell in love with this country, and I've been here since. So I'm excited to tell you a little bit more about our home, SLU-Madrid, and our two campuses that we have. One campus is here in Madrid, and the other one is in St. Louis, Missouri. That's our main campus. The St. Louis campus has about 13,000 students, and the campus here in Madrid has about 750 students. The interesting thing is that students come from all over the world, so there's about 65 different nationalities and I think 50 different languages spoken on campus.
Yeah, and so we also have really small average class sizes of about 15 with a student to faculty ratio of 11 to 1. So that really gives you the opportunity to have close relationships with your professors and your classmates and to really take advantage of that close environment to get your information.
And I think it's also interesting because these classes are so small, you have a chance to really enjoy the internationality of the campus. You really get to know, like Heidi said, we have 65 different countries represented on campus, and you really get to know these people from these different countries in your classes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so why earn an American degree abroad? Why would you do that? Well, I think one of the main things is because of the different nationalities on our campus, you really get to know who you are within a global culture, global context. And the big benefit is that you're here in Spain and you can learn Spanish. Yeah, do you guys have anything?
Yeah, so thankfully, becoming fluent here in Spanish, which I definitely was not when I was able to get an internship at an international company here in Spain, and I was basically hired based off of, what I'm studying, communications, along with the fact that I am bilingual. And so the international environment here on campus has really given me the abilities to equip and to adapt to an international atmosphere, and it's made for a very smooth transition into the working world.
That's good. Great. So let's see, where are we in the world? Where is SLU-Madrid? We're in Europe, obviously, you can see there. We're about 7 hours from the east coast of the US, right in the center of the country. And it's actually really easy to travel to different places in Europe here, like London, Rome, Paris. It's usually about 2 hours to get there. When you guys travel on the weekends or...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, students who really take advantage of that to see the world over here.
And it's really cool because you just take a train and in a few hours you're in another country. So that's one of the interesting things about it.
Great. Well, and it's also great that our campus is right in the center of Madrid, and it really kind of becomes your home. So you live in the city.
One of the things that I really like about it is that, of course, coming from an island and moving to the big city of Madrid, there's so much happening in the city. The people are so welcoming and so warm, and there's always something to do at day and at nighttime. There's an activity for everyone here in Madrid.
Yeah. And coming from a city in the United States, where I may not have felt safe being out and about by myself at night and, partaking in this kind of nightlife situation. Here in Madrid, it's a totally different atmosphere and you feel safe. As a girl by myself, I know I feel safe, and that's really important, I think.
Yeah, I've always felt that way as well. And actually, I was talking about this in the office with one of our students who helps out, and she's pictured here actually with her mom. And her mom wrote in a quote saying that she's excited that her daughter has this opportunity and that she feels, and she's visited, that it feels like a very safe city. There are people out and about kind of at all hours of the day and at night. It's actually busier sometimes at midnight than it is during the middle of the day. So I think we all kind of agree that it does feel very safe. Another thing I wanted to mention was that it is a very affordable campus. So we're about 40% less than other universities similar to us. Is a private university, and a lot of our students do receive financial aid, U.S. federal financial aid, or merit scholarships, or even administrative support scholarships where students help out around campus to reduce tuition. So that's something interesting. But enough about Madrid, let's see our campus. So here are some pictures of our campus.
I think it's a really nice neighborhood that our university is in, the campus is in, because it's a very quiet neighborhood. It's not too far from the city center, so you do have access to the city center and you're very close to everything happening in Madrid. But it's a residential neighborhood where you're in a quiet zone, you can study on weekends and on weekdays, and it's a great neighborhood.
Right, and even though it's small, we're 3 buildings, there's a lot of spaces and terraces and lounges for students to hang out in, and so there's a lot of sense of community in between classes where everyone comes together to just hang out and talk.
Okay, well, how about we'll show you our campus. We have a video you can see. Great. So now you've seen a little bit of our campus. How about, let's start off with, what are you guys studying?
So I am a communications major, which I transferred into as a sophomore, as I mentioned earlier. But it is one of the majors that you can complete all 4 years of here on campus. And so as an American wanting to study in Spain, it was great because I was able to do all of that right here.
And I started off 4 years ago as a international relations major, or political science major. And only about 2 years ago did I realize that, a lot of the credits that I had could also be used for an economics major as the second major. And it was really easy for me to add on that major as my second major.
Yeah, so you can see there, these are the programs you can do all 4 years in Madrid. However, St. Louis University has around 100 programs, and the first 2 years can be completed in Madrid on most any of these programs. So it's kind of nice. You can get the Spanish experience and then finish at our US campus, or you can do all 4 years of certain programs. So if you have any doubts, you can be a student at either of our 2 campuses. Once you're admitted to one, you can study at both. So that's one of the advantages. I think another advantage of studying at SLU-Madrid specifically is that you can learn Spanish. Obviously, you're doing an American degree, but you're here and you're really living in the Spanish culture.
I think most students come here and they really want to learn Spanish, and if you put in the effort, you can really become fluent after the 4 years that you're here.
Right, that's what happened with me and with you, I believe, and you as well.
Yeah, me too.
But also, for me, coming as an American, obviously having international experience, if I were to return home to look for a job, is going to give me a leg up in that aspect. But also, if you're European, coming to study an American degree in Spain and Europe, that will also then, leaving with an American title, carry some weight to it. So that's going to give you, no matter where you're coming from, leaving here with an American degree is going to be worth something, worth more, maybe.
Yeah, I think actually we have a lot of classes too where you get to see some of Europe. So you're not just staying in Spain, you get to do excursions.
One of the interesting things about studying politics with this campus, with this university, is that we focus on the European Union a lot in these courses. And so you have the opportunity, because Belgium is so close to Spain, you have the opportunity to go and visit Belgium, and you can visit the buildings that the EU basically functions in. You can visit the European Commission and all these buildings. And it's really interesting to, of course, study it in the classroom and then go see it in real life.
Yeah, and then there's other courses in Shakespeare, for example, where you can go to London, to Stratford-upon-Avon, and see Shakespearean plays and to be where Shakespeare lived, and so that's a really cool experience.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, of course, we really want, while you're here, that you get involved with something outside of your, of course, your major and your studies, because that's just really important while you're studying here. To get involved in a sport that you do, or to, practice some kind of talent that you have, because that, at the end of the day, that's what's going to keep you, going while you're here in Spain. If you sing, we want you in the choir. If you dance, we want you to do the dance classes, because that's going to make your experience a lot more enjoyable here. And student life here, they really want to help you out with that. They want to make sure that while you're here, you're comfortable, you're doing the things you love, you're involved in something other than just your studies, of course.
And more than that, student life is a place where you can go with any problems you have, any questions that you might have, and you know that when you go in there, you're going to find people who want to listen to you and want to help you in any way they can.
Yeah. And then student life also organizes our orientation at the beginning of the semester. And there are campus ambassadors. I think are you a campus ambassador?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there are students that are here to help with the new students coming in and showing them the ropes of the campus in Madrid and everything like that.
It's fun.
So, and then how about some fast facts about Madrid, because we are in the city of Madrid. I'm from, like I said, Erie, Pennsylvania, also known as dreary Erie. So I think one of my favorite things about Madrid is that it's sunny, mostly year-round. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah. I believe it does have the most sunny days in all of Europe. I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is probably the eating schedule, and particularly that lunchtime is a little bit later, which takes some getting used to, but then you'll see that it functions as a great break in the middle of your day. So you work in the morning, you take a nice hour for lunch or more maybe if you're allowed to, and then you do the second half of your day, so it really just splits it.
My favorite thing about Spain is that we observe what they call siesta, which is more or less like a nap time, an official nap time, and it's the best. If you know that you have nothing to do in the afternoon, there is nothing better than taking your siesta and taking your nap in the middle of the day. It really makes your day so much better.
It's not even frowned upon.
Yeah. Well, so if we haven't convinced you, here is how to apply if you're interested. One thing to keep in mind is that the application date is quite late. It depends if you need a visa or not, but we go until May 31st generally if you do need a student visa to study here. Another thing to keep in mind is that we do award U.S. federal financial aid, and we have merit-based scholarships that you can get depending on your academics. And you can also assist in offices too, helping out and receive tuition reductions, discounts. And to apply, we have an online application. You can use the Common App, and then we also accept the SAT or ACT, obviously. If you're doing the International Baccalaureate or French Bac or another program, you can submit that exam. And then we do require an essay if you have high school transcripts. We need to see those so we can evaluate your academics, and then letters of recommendation. It's a very American process. And then for those of you who already been admitted, congratulations. Yay, we hope you decide to come to SLU-Madrid. And if you're still deciding, we hope this video helps, but if you know that you want to come, the next thing you need to do is pay your deposit. And then after that is really to keep your timetable in order, and really it's all about planning. So you're going to most likely need a Spanish visa to study here, and you can apply for that. You can begin to apply for that up to 3 months ahead of time. And while it's not a particularly difficult process, it is best to have everything in order. The university will send you the paperwork that you need from them, but there are some that you will also have to collect on your own. So just being on top of that is definitely important. Great. And then after that, you can apply for housing through the Student Life Office.
Right, and we have some great options that you can do while you're here. Of course, there's the option of living in a host family, which is a great experience because you get to live with a Spanish family. That helps if you want to learn Spanish, and you also get to really experience the culture of Spain. But there's also the option of living in residences, which are also very nice because you get to live with all these students that may or may not be from the university, from our university, and it's just the opportunity to really mingle with people from all over Spain and from all over the world sometimes, and you really get that international experience.
Yep, and then once you've done that, you can decide on the classes that you want to take by talking to an academic advisor. And then the next thing is just to pack your bags and come for orientation and come to Madrid. So if you want to know more, obviously you can be in touch with one of the students. You can write to the admissions account if you're interested. The email is at the bottom. Or you can talk to an admissions counselor like ourselves. We're happy to be in touch with you. And we also have an admitted student Facebook page that you can look for online. And if you have other questions, there's the email. We're happy to help you out. Any final words? We hope to see you in Madrid.
Madrid's definitely worth it. We really want to see you here next semester.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, and hope you have a good day.
Gracias.
Hasta luego.
Adios.